you guys finally got all the submissions through. You got everything sorted, and then I guess the first topic, PSA, hit everyone by surprise, including you guys, right? With the I think closure. It's not necessarily a closure like it was back in when COVID first hit California, but they are halting services, right? Apart from walk-in.
Yeah, so it was really fun. The website was down. Graded Gem was down for a couple of days whilst I did quite big changes on it. Made sure it was ready, for the new pricing. And then PSA were like, actually, nah. So that was nice.
And it's gone.
Yeah, everybody on a Facebook group was like, oh, it took them a few days of the website being down to do literally nothing. I was like, oh, yeah, thanks.
Yeah, we just left it. And then we were like, oh, we knew this was going to come. This is huge news, though. Like
huge
PSA
news,
Card to actually close their doors for submissions, in effect, for 3 months as well. It isn't a small amount. It's not like, oh, we're going to catch up for a month or a week. We shut for a week
it's a full fiscal quarter, right? Because it goes Jan to March, and then April through June is a quarter of like the fiscal year, especially in America where tax year runs from Jan 1st to December 31st. They was like, don't need income this month, this quarter.
Well, they don't. They've got so many cards.
So many cards, yeah.
You can see it all that. And what's income? They generate their income when they complete the orders.
Very true.
Not when they take in orders. So that's going to be their issue. They've got all this backdated income.
Yeah.
That they really need to get. They really do need to get out. I'm really looking forward to. We've received some returns, to be fair.
I've seen returns start to flow now.
Yeah. So we've sent some good emails out. We should have Easter weekend. I'd imagine some more people will get some. And we're expecting. We're expecting returns to start flowing a bit, hopefully. But I said this in my update video, so if you're from there, they've received 3 months post in 3 days, and they've closed for 3 months. So what they're going to do, guys, is just import all that.
Then they'll open for 3 days more.
And then it'll go down again.
Yeah, it's pretty mind-blowing, really, especially this news. This news coming so quick, really, after the price increase, and you can tell that they might have had this in the back of their mind for a long. You can tell that they didn't want to close submissions. They thought that they could get they thought that they could get over the blockage. They thought they could get through it, increasing the price. Tried to do help, but it didn't help. I'm assuming because if they got 3 days post in 3 months post in 3 days after the price increase, then it's like what can you do there? You can't put the price up again, otherwise that's acting too what's the word? Yeah. So I think the best thing to do is just close. Let's just get through this and get them out and get through it. I think, to be honest, though, if you think about it, really, it's like it's not going to be that much time that you're losing out on. It seems like it is, but obviously, hopefully, July comes and hopefully they've got through a lot of it. Obviously they're gonna get through that 3 days input in, but then hopefully a lot of the stuff starting to flow. So maybe by July 1st, the whole thing will be a little bit quicker. So in reality, you're gonna
clogs up.
Yeah, I mean, who knows?
The thing is, as soon as they reopen, you're gonna have the problem is the cards aren't going away. It's not like if people still want to grade them. It's not like the old days where everyone just had a binder. Now, if you're getting Shining Fates, you want to grade them. It's a capacity issue. So, in my opinion, I think it was the right thing to do right now. However, unless they're going to go out there and double their staff capacity, I don't know what else they can do.
I'm having a very vivid mental image of a board meeting where there was like, I know what'll stop submissions. Double the price. Everyone was like,
bravo. Yeah.
Unbelievable. And then they accepted it for a week and were like, that didn't work.
Yeah, I mean, listen. It tells you exactly where the graded card market is at, really, because the price. Looking back, the price was good before. It was very, very good in terms of the value that is likely going to come back in, no matter what grade it is. That's a crazy part as well. You used to send cards to PSA to hopefully hit that grade. Hit the gem. Maybe get the 9 is okay, whereas now you can send a certain card and it can get a 6 and 7, and you're still going to make profit on the price you pay, at least, and even if you're not going to sell it, even if it's just purely for your personal collection, that price is still better than you could go and buy it at.
Yeah, you're always going to make money on those old prices for that grading fee, right? You're never not going to make £9 back. I don't know, a graded advanced action cards sell for £9. Yeah. So, everything else is better than that in most people's estimations.
I'd buy a common Pikachu from Vivid Voltage or something. Or if it was a 10, I'd pay like 20, 30 quid for that for a common.
Yeah, and some people would pay more if it was there in front of them, you know. So then they doubled the price, and again, if they've doubled the price and they're still getting cards submitted, that still shows you the value of that market, you know, of the value of a graded card. And that's not just if you're going to go and flip it, that's also a value to someone, how much they treasure that card or that item. So, you know, I honestly wouldn't be surprised if you see prices increase more across the board of all grading companies, really, because you know,
I think they've done it also for competition reasons, right? So everyone at the moment is going, oh, well done, CGC. Thank you so much. You're getting the quicker turnarounds. Oh, thank you so much. And then it's like, PSA have been like, no, not anymore.
Baptism by fire.
Yeah, they've stopped them accepting, because they've just been accepting post and putting it in warehouses. Like, it takes 3 months to input. So they've just been accepting all this post,
piling up,
and then they've just stopped it and they've gone. I would be very surprised if CGC can handle a month of PSA's post. I'd be surprised by that.
Yeah, and I think, CGC, like what an actual, like, not a surprise, you know, but I don't think any of us saw CGC growing that fast either, which I guess, you know, it credit to them as well for managing it, credit to all the companies, but also it's just, again, it's the demand, it's the amount people want these cards in slabs, in grading as well. But it's not even just the grading anymore. People just want it in a little case, you know.
It's ferocious. We've got it here. Like, it's ferocious. I've got people calling me today asking when we can grade their cards and what are the new prices in July. I don't know. Like, in the nicest way.
I know what the prices are based on the system that was implemented a few weeks ago, but how do we know that's going to stay the same?
Yeah, they just changed the prices. Yeah, so there's no way I can give advice based on that. But honestly, the demand is ferocious. Like, people just want it, and they want the cards in slabs. You know, it'd be an interesting time over the next 2-3 months to see what happens, really.
I guess one way you could look at it is obviously they've got a big new warehouse, new complex, right? That was the original, like, 250,000 square foot, I believe. Like, they got a new one.
62,500.
But is that another new one?
So the 62,500 they added a few months ago, and now they're adding another 58,000 square feet. I don't know those numbers off the top of my head. I can just see your browser. I cheated.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So it's pretty. Yeah. Well, the thing is that they might think that if they can stop for 3 months, right? Hopefully by that time they'll be able to implement these new buildings and staff and stuff. And by the time that's in, hopefully they can just then triple or whatever they want to do with it. So it might not just be like, it might not just be to get over these 3 days that they say was so many cards or the other backlog. It's just to also, as a business, to get the staff trained, to get the graders trained, to get the people into the buildings, to get the buildings ready. And at that point, they can get everything done faster. So it might just be like, let's, you know, many different reasons. I think it's not really a surprise, right? I think when I saw the news, I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. But I don't think any of us, it's what a lot of people wanted, right? You know, look on comments on PSA card, Instagram, you see a lot of people saying, just stop taking in submissions.
The thing is, now they have, and everyone's like, but when are you open again?
No, but I would say that's a pressure we felt here.
Yeah, 100%.
That's a constant pressure we felt here, because we've got the pressure from everyone else who submitted before, and then we've got all the new submitters who are like, I want to get my cards to PSA. So it's a constant battle and balance to try and keep both sides happy.
We've seen that argument multiple times on the Facebook, where someone's like, well, why don't Graded Gem just stop accepting submissions and that'll stop the things going to PSA? And then you'll have someone comment back, Ludkins exist, or just send there instead. Like, either way, it's going to PSA. Then you'll have someone else going, yes, but I want to grade my cards with Graded Gem, so everyone else should stop. Like, what? How does that make any sense? How's not going to help?
Just to put it out there, that isn't the voice of General.
That's how I read
the
Facebook
voice that
comments.
Tom makes when he speaks about somebody else.
That's the Facebook comment voice.
Well, so
matter if it's good or bad.
I speak to you guys a lot regularly, of course, and you know I hear you guys say stories, you know, about the Facebook, even on the podcast as well. You say, you know, we had to deal with this on the Facebook. But I know I've been in there. You know, I just chat to you guys. So I went in there the other day, and bro, it's brutal, man. I feel like it's so unfair as well. Like some stuff's warranted, but it's like, but that. I feel like people worried about their cards and worried about PSA in general is normal, right? What I don't understand is how people don't understand that you don't grade the cards. You know, your job is to send the cards to PSA, and after that, it's not. You know, you can't do anything. You know that you can't control anything in PSA. That's completely them.
Like
you know,
a game of Total War. there is a million people all fighting, and I have no idea what's going on most of the time.
Yeah, it's like you've got no control. You guys have got no control after that fact,
especially due to the demand, right? So I think before, and especially at the start of this, like it was a lot easier. Oh, I'll sort this out for us. Okay, that'll get sorted. But now there's just so many people and cards out there. Like,
and the amount of Chinese whispers, like we'll be like, this is the update, and someone will be like, oh my god, they've sent all our cards to the moon, and then all of a sudden we'll have 30 phone calls. Like, did you send our cards to the moon?
Well, it's why you have to be really careful about where you put information. Because if I write a comment, then that turns into that going to Instagram, and then it turns into YouTube comments. Or then if it's crazy.
Even if it's not us saying it though, sometimes it can just be someone who's just joined the group going, oh yeah, graded gem are actually aliens.
However, that's social media. Let's talk about PSA.
Oh, no, I want to talk about the best comment I saw. On it. To this news, the PSA news, there was a comment. I can't remember who did it. I wish I could give you a little shout out here. Someone just put the graded gem boys right now, and it's the penguins from Madagascar on holiday.
Yeah, I actually saw that. I saw that, man. Because I mean, when I first heard the news, one thing I was, I was thinking, how are you guys going to do with this news? Is it going to be completely awful for you? But I mean, it gives you time to get the returns through, right? So you can focus on the returns. I'm sure there's so much stuff that you guys can sort. And obviously, although I'm sure you'd still love to be receiving cards and submitting cards for people, at the end of the day, you're in the same position PSA in. Yeah. So it would be nice just to have some breathing space to get your new officers, organized, get your new staff organized at the same time. So when it does come back, it hopefully should be smoother across the board. But I do think a lot of it's unwarranted. Really, I think. It's and I saw someone even say something like, "Oh, Randolph gets his cards back really quick," and I'm like, "Well, I sent him everything Express Plus, to get it back for content." So
Randolph
it's just different.
An extreme amount for certain cards, by the way. Like he sends stuff the Express Plus. I think is what he calls it. Affectionately.
Yeah.
Like that's just
it's stuff that it's for content. At the end of the day, I lose money on a lot of the stuff, but